Hey guys, welcome back to Genius Learning. So in this video I want to show this integral right here that looks pretty nasty at first, but in reality we can make it very simple. So first thing I want to do is rewrite the bottom, or specifically this e. And so before I do anything, let's rewrite this e to the negative 2t is the same thing as writing e to the negative t squared. Okay, so this comes in and makes the same exact thing. All right, so now let's rewrite that. So we're gonna have the integral from 0 to ln of 4 e to the negative t over negative 1 negative e to the negative t squared. Okay, this should be a t. All right, dt. So now that I have it in this form, I want to take a u sub. So let's u sub e to the negative t. Okay, so our derivative du is going to equal negative e to the negative t dt. And this right here is, so e to the negative t really looks like that, right? So this is on the bottom of a fraction. So we're going to put it onto the other side. So on the other side, we're going to have negative e to the t, right? Because this negative goes on this side, du, and we're isolating dt. So this is our u substitution. So now let's plug that into our equation here. So we have this integral from 0 to ln of 4, right? We have u on top. And we're going to pull out the negative 1 from here. So I'm going to say 1 plus u squared. Okay, and what do we calculate for dt? We're going to put here in parentheses, right? This part here is going to be negative e to the t du. All right, so if we notice, this u is equal to e to the negative t, right? So really up here what I have is e to the negative t, which is 1 over et, right? And now here right next to it I have e to the t. So I have times e to the t. So both of these cancel out. So this cancels out with this one. And then this negative here also cancels with the negative out here. So finally we're left with an integral from 0 to ln of 4, 1 over 1 plus u squared du. All right, so now that looks familiar and we should know what that is. So this is arctangent. So we got arctangent of u, and we still have to evaluate that from 0 to ln of 4. Okay, so evaluating it, let's take the first term here. So we're going to do final minus initial, right? So arc tangent, and this is very important. We got to plug in into the t value. So we're going to plug this ln of 4 into the t value because we got a u substitution, but the u is equal to e to the negative t. And so for the first one, which is our final, we have e to the negative, right, because this is negative, ln of 4, ln of 4, minus arctangent of, the 0 goes into here, and so we have e to the negative 0, right, the negative 0. And so let's take a look first at this situation here. Okay, so properties of ln, we have here negative ln to the 4th, right? If we could rewrite this as a negative on the exponent here of the 4, and so that would be equal to ln of 4 to the negative 1, which is equal to ln of 1 over 4, right? So this we can write in place of this top part. So I'll do that. So I have arctangent of e to, we no longer have a negative because the negative we placed on top, And so all we have is ln of 1 over 4. Okay, and then similarly here, we're going to look at the graph of arctangent. Okay, so this e to the, let's block this off. We already used this part. And so we're going to use this part. E to the negative 0 is just e to the 0. And so that's equal to 1. And so let's see where arctangent of 1 is. So we have this situation here, and arctangent looks like that, right? And it has boundaries here at pi over 2, and here at negative pi over 2. Okay, halfway between pi over 2 and 0 is going to be 1, and the opposite end is negative 1. Okay, so we have arctangent of 1, which is right here, right? And so if we divide pi over 2 divided by 2, right? So let's do it up here. So we have pi over 2 divided by 2, right? We flip that up, so we get 1 over 2, and we get pi over 4. Okay, so this right here, pi over 4, is what the value of arctangent of 1 is, looking at our graph here. Okay, so this is just going to be pi over 4. And then finally, we can cancel out the e with the ln. And so we're left with a final answer of arctangent of 1 over 4 minus pi over 4. All right, there you go, guys. If this video was helpful for you, please comment below, and please subscribe to the channel for more physics and math.